Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So today I'm going to hello, my name is Margaret Boukadia and I'm going to teach you about XLOOKUPs. So how to use the XLOOKUP function in Excel. So I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see it. Okay. So in this session today, we're going to talk about what is an XLOOKUP function, when to use it, and then we're going to show you different ways of using XLOOKUP and we're going to get more complicated as we go along. Okay, so we're going to use it using one criteria, using wildcards, and two tables. Okay, so first of all, what is an XLOOKUP? So an XLOOKUP allows you to search for information within a table, and it gives you the results. So basically, it does the same thing that a VLOOKUP does, but a bit more. You could also use the XLOOKUP instead of using the index match as well. Okay, so you might have a table like this, where you've got the ID, you have the name of the people, department, and salary. And you might want to know, like, what is the name of the person with the ID number 101? This is when you use an XLOOKUP. Okay, so now the XLOOKUP function, can you see here? XLOOKUP function, it has quite a few variables in it. It has a lookup variable, a lookup array, return array, and then it has a few other which are optional. So we're going to focus on the first three, the ones that are compulsory. So we're going to use the XLOOKUP function in a very simple way. So in this example here, we have an XLOOKUP function. So we have the ID, we have a name, we have department and salary. And in this example here, I want to know what is the name of the staff with the ID number 103. I'm going to get that from this table. So let's click on the cell here. So what we'll type equal XLOOKUP, which you always have to call on the function name, open bracket, and we'll click on this 103. That's our lookup value. And we wanted to search this lookup value in this column here. So we'll highlight this column. Yes. This column here is what we call our lookup array. Press comma to move on to the return array. So where would the results be? Which column would it be? So we want to know the name. So the names would be in this column. So we want it to bring out the results in this column here, and then close bracket, enter. And there you go. So it's basically saying ID 103. The name of that person is Mark. So let's check. So let's look for 103. There we go. And the result here is Mark. So that's correct. So that's basically what XLOOKUP does. It allows you to look up a value and bring out the results in the corresponding column. So if we do it again, here's another table. So we have the ID number 105. We want to know what is the name of that person. And also for 105, what is the name of the department? So equal X, look up, open bracket, so look at the number. And you look up in this column, comma, and your return can be found in this column here. Close bracket, and there we go. So for 105, it's Kieran. So the same thing, you want the department equal XLOOKUP. So that would be 105 is what we're looking for. I want to look for that 105 in this column. That's our lookup array, comma, and our return array. For some interesting departments, so we have a department column. Close bracket, enter. There we go. So it tells us for ID 105, they work in department HL. Okay. So what if, for example, the person was not found? So for example, instead of looking for ID 105, what if we said we want to look for ID 200? What would happen? Okay, so let's find out. I'm going to type in the answer here. So we want to see the name of the department. So let's look for the name of the person with ID 200. So what is the name of the person with ID 200? Equal X lookup. Okay, so that's 200 we're looking for, comma. We want to search in this column. And then we want to bring out the results of the name. So highlight column for name, close bracket, NA. So why is it giving us NA? It's giving us NA because you can't find 200 in this column. So you may not want your data to spit out NA, you might want it to give a message instead. So you might want it to say, to give the result not found. So if you look at the formula, there's a variable for what to do when you don't find the value. And that's under the not found section. So let's go into the formula, let's change that. Press comma. You see that if not found. So we're going to say if not found, we want you to give the message not found. Yeah, so we're going to say not found. Close bracket. There we go. Now it says not found. So if we give a number now that's 101, gives us hope. If we put a number like 300 that we know it's not in the table here, it says not found. Okay, so XLOOKUP is great for that. So it's much neater. You don't have to put down if error or anything like that. You could put a neat message, or instead of saying not found, you can have it to be blank. So you do quotation. That's Excel's way of knowing you want a blank message. There you go, it's blank. So now what about multiple criteria? So we have a table here, we have name, surname, department, salary. So what if we want to find the name Sarah and the surname Miller? So basically we want it to look for the name in this column, and we want to look for surname, and want to know the salary of those two columns. So XLOOKUP is great for that as well. So you did equal XLOOKUP, open bracket. So lookup value is Sarah, and you see I click on the and symbol, Miller. So basically lookup value are these two fields, for Sarah and Miller, the comma. So the next section now is lookup array. So we want Sarah to be found in this column, and you see I'm typing and again. We want Miller to be found in this column. And then we press comma. So now the return array is asking us for the return array. We want the return to be the salary, to return salary. And then we do close bracket. And there you go. So for Sarah Miller, you see, the salary is 60,000. So it's giving us the results. Yeah. So in this example here, we've actually accounted for two different variables: Sarah, which is in the name part, and Miller, which is in the surname part. So it's great. Okay. Now, what to do when you've got a two-way table like this? You've got information going down the side, and you have information going to the right, from left to right. So in this table here, what we have the number of fruits that were eaten. So number of fruits that were eaten each month. So for example, for apples, we had 20 fruits that were eaten in January, 14 fruits were eaten in February, 16 fruits were eaten in March. So you might want to know how many fruits, for the fruit apples, how many were eaten in the month of March? So how would you do that? So how would you use the XLOOKUP for a two-way table? So you do equal XLOOKUP, open bracket, and our lookup value is apples. And we wanted to search for that apples within this column. Yes. Now our return array is all of this, because it could be the return could be in this column or this column or this column. Yes, it all depends. It all depends on which month it is. So what we're going to do, we're going to modify this return array. Yeah, so we're still within the return array. I'm going to write another XLOOKUP. Yeah, because this other XLOOKUP will tell it which column to look at. So we're saying we want to look at March, and March is along here. Look for it in this row. And that's it. So this will now this will now enable it to know which column to search. And then we'll just close it, close, enter. And there you go. So for apples in March was 16. Yes. So can you see that? So can you see what I've done? So basically I looked for apples, that was our lookup array. And I'm looking for apples in this column. And then our return array is basically this whole big box. And I want to modify that big box to kind of tell it which column in the big box I want it to look for. Okay, so I'll give you one more example. Okay, so we've got apples in Jan. So basically apples, and we want it to bring out the results in January. So it should show 20. Find out. So equal X lookup. So our lookup value is apples. I want to look up the value apples in this column. And the return array could be any one of these sections here. Could be, yes. So what we do, we modify the formula in the return array, and we're going to create another X lookup so that you can know which column to look at. And we're saying, hey, we want you to look at Jan, and you want to look for Jan along here, first color, and then we'll just close everything. There we go, and let's put at 20. Brilliant. So now we've looked at how to use XLOOKUP for X simply. Then we've looked at how to use XLOOKUP with multiple criteria. And we've looked at how to use XLOOKUP in a two-way table. Now we're going to look at how to use XLOOKUP for an approximate match. So for example, so what we have here, we have a grading system, yes? So if you score a grade from 1 to 9, if you score a range from 1 to 9, you failed. If it's from 10 to 19, you've got grade C. If it's from 20 to 49, grade B. 50 upwards, grade A. And here are our students. So we've got Abraham, he has a score mark of 5. So looking at his table, score mark of 5, that should be a fail, yes? So here we've got from 1, and then once you score 10 and above, you get a C. And once you score 20 above, you get B, 50, you get A. So basically, from 1 to 9 is a fail. So we expect to score 5 to get a fail. So here, how can we do that with XLOOKUP? We do equal XLOOKUP, and the value here is 5. And we say we want to look for the value 5 in this column. And then the return array should be in this column. We want to return the results from this column. If not found, we're just going to put next comment to be on to the next variable. And here now, by default, if you notice what we've been doing previously, we've been doing exact match. So when we were looking for Sarah, we were looking specifically for Sarah, S-A-R-A-H. But in this one, we're not looking for an exact match. So we're not looking exactly for 5. We're looking for an approximate match, either 5 or a little bit higher level. But in this example here, we want to see exact match on the next smaller item. So we would want 5 to bring out the result for like 1. That's the next smallest because 10 is too big. Okay, so we'll say -1. -1, close bracket. There you go, and it's brought out failed. Okay, so I'll do that again. So we've got Nicola, score mark of 25, to equal X lookup, the value of 25. So the lookup array wants to look for the score mark here, comma, the return array in this column. If not found, let's put a message to say not found. Good. Bring out that message. And we want it to be -1. So basically, we want it to bring out either the exact match or the next smallest one. There you go. So basically what it would do for this 25, it would look at the very first one. Is that 25? No, it's not. So it moves to the next one. Is that 25? No, it's not. So it moves to the next one. Is that 25? No, it's not. So it moves to the next one. Is that 25? No, that's too high. So it goes to the next smallest number, which is 20. And then it brings out the result, which is B. And that's why it's shown as B. Yes. So now using wildcards. Sometimes when you're using Excel, you may not want to type the whole word down. So for example, in this table here, we've got name, surname, department, salary. And we might want to show max only. So we say name that begins with M-A-T. We may not actually type the whole M-A-T-T-E-W. And sometimes that just happens in real life where, for example, like we're looking for a word, and it might be teacher, and somebody may have spelled it like teachers. And you may want to find both of these. This is when you use a wildcard. It can be quite useful. So in this example here, we want M18. So you could also use the XLOOKUP for a wildcard. So equal XLOOKUP. I'm going to show you how we'll use this to find a department of the person whose name begins with MAT. So this is our lookup value. Our lookup array, we want to search in this column. I forgot one thing. So this is our lookup value. You need to tell it where the space would be. So you just have to do like an and symbol with a speech mark and asterisk. So this tells it that you want it to be this value MAT, and then that asterisk is basically saying it might have one character in front of it, or two characters, or three characters in front of it. It's basically saying it starts with MAT and it could have any other letters after it. Okay, and then we say the lookup array needs to be in this column. And we want to return the results from the department, this column. Comma, next part is if not found. We're going to ignore that, so we press comma again to move on to the next argument. And you can see here in this match mode, it's actually number 2. So number 2 is the wildcard character match. So press number 2, close bracket, enter. So you can see it's got Matt, and it shows us operations, because Matthew starts off with MAT. Yes. And that's it for XLOOKUP. So we have used XLOOKUPs simply by using one variable to find the results. And then we've done it for using 2 variables, so it can be precise. We've also used it for two-way tables, wildcards, and approximate. So if you would like me, I hope this has been very useful for you. If you would like to go a bit deeper, feel free to contact me. My details will be in the description. I provide online Excel lessons. It's just reach out to me and I'll give you more information about that. Take care. Bye.